Morning everyone, this is just a quick update on this car. So the CRV, we got it over the weekend on Friday. I was a little bit worried about, well not worried, but I suppose look, they were always diesel, these are now petrol 1.5 turbo, and in terms of fuel efficiency, the Civic has been really good. That's been way ahead of my expectations in terms of fuel efficiency, because the car is, it's quick, but it's still actually fuel efficient. So those Honda Civics in the turbo, which is like, we'll say, what's on that red car over there, or also that silver car there. So 182 horsepower. Those cars are averaging about 6 litres per 100 kilometres, which, you know, that's nearly 47 miles per gallon actually. But I was a little bit worried about these because it's a bigger car. So anyway, I drove the car over the weekend. I put about 200 kilometres on it. Fuel, really good. Actually really good. So pleasantly surprised. Taken any anxieties I had about it. Okay, yes, it's not the same as the diesel, but then again, it's 170 horsepower, so the diesel was 120, so completely different setup. But if we go in here, fuel, eventually, okay, so as you see in through there, she is at sorry for using the word she, I'm so old-fashioned when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's measuring at 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres, and that is for a trip, if you see down there, trip B, of 206 kilometers. So if you think about it this way, reset, there's 254 on it, there's a 10.7 trip, and then there's trip B, which is 206, and 206 as we see is coming in at 6.2 litres per 100 kilometers. That basically was a drive from Kildare town up as far as Meath, so Ashburn up in Meath, and that was going up basically the M50. Why will this not focus now? There you go. So that was going up the M50, sorry, up the N7 even, the M7 on Saturday evening, then down the M50, then up the M2. So that's motorway speeds. And then after that, I did a bit of short, kind of messy town driving yesterday in around places like Navan and back out into the countryside again. And then from there this morning, down through Maynooth onto the M7 and back down here into Kildare. So that is 100% accurate. So I think that's really good for 170 horsepower in a petrol car. Is really, really good. 2 or 3 other things that I found in the car. It's unbelievably quiet, like really quiet, really, really quiet. So you're driving along, it's so quiet, so nice. The headlights are deadly, but they're LED, so I really like that, and the tail lights are LED and all that. I love that as well. Other things, like just even small things, the safety belt. You put on the safety belt, and I know this is such a small thing, but I put it on. It clicks, which means it tightens up a little bit once you have it on. And other things I notice, when you're going around corners and stuff like that, it actually, you can feel the safety belt actually pulling you back in as you go around corners. So I didn't realise that was in the car. So that's really, really cool overall. So it's really quiet. Things like that just really, you know, I really like that in the car. Feels nice, the suspension's nice. But that's all. I just want to show you the fuel, because I know some people are going to worry about fuel on this car because they're going from diesel into petrol. So yes, it's not as easy as the diesel, but then again, it was never meant to be. There is a hybrid coming that will probably compensate for that. But this is for the people that are in around towns and stuff. Yes, one thing I did notice, cruising is much more efficient than town driving. Town driving gets a little bit harder. So if you're cruising, you're in around kind of 6 odd litres. If you're in town, you're about 7 a bit. For anyone that's come to look at this car, I'm going to be telling you 6 to 7 litres per 100 kilometres. But that's through now experience on driving the car in a normal kind of setup. So hopefully this video is of interest to somebody that's looking at the car going, yeah, I really like that, but I'm just a bit worried about fuel efficiency. As you're saying, if you're somebody that wants to be up around the diesel kind of territory, then probably the hybrid next year is going to be the one to look at for you, which is probably the best way of looking at it overall. But yeah, very good, very impressed. Come look at the car. Brian is my name. Fitzpatrick's Garage, Kildare town. Thank you for taking time to